you can build it. Skip the store and just rebuild it. I got scrap wood in the garage, so I spend cash on a flat pack mirage.
What's up, nerds? Back with another episode of Why Buy It When You Can Build It. Sponsored by Groundwalker Designs, my merch, because I am probably not going to ever take sponsorships from anybody if possible, and stick with just my own shit. So shout out to Groundwalker Designs. Now, link is in the description. Now, today's Why Build It When You Can Buy It, we are not going to build an entire bookcase. In the future, we will be building an entire bookcase. For now, we are just going to build the support shelves because I have these plastic racks, right? And they're really nice, except for the fact that they don't distribute weight exactly. And also the books, the bottom of the books get caught in these little circles. So we've got a huge piece of plywood here, and we're going to try and cut 4 shelves out of it, and then we're going to see about maybe making it so the shelves go around the spikes, so the support beams go through, so it just gives it some extra support and ends up being really nice. We'll see. The wood is definitely long enough to do that. Whether or not I can actually do that with the tools I've got right here is another story. I'm thinking maybe what I could do is take my pen, draw circles, and then do 4 holes, and then take a jigsaw and jig out those 4 holes, maybe. But that is today's plan. Build 4 support shelves out of this thing, then take it up to the attic, put all the books in the attic, nice and organized. I've got my chair for reading, for laying back and enjoying myself. So we'll see how that works out. That is today's goal. Let's get into it. What's up, nerds? Back with another video, another Crafting with Luke, aka Why Build It When You Can Buy It. So I'm going back and forth trying to find all sorts of pieces of wood that I can use that would be long enough to go across this, I think this was just an 8x10 sheet of plywood. And so first off, you can't see it, but I'm using my square to make the line across the plywood, and then I use my little Sharpie to go, and draw the circles out. So I ended up finding a much better way of doing this. This piece ends up being a little bit janky. It's not terrible. It's a great first piece, but I wasn't going to not use it just because it was a little janky. I still ended up using it at the end build because this piece of plywood gave me 4 pieces, or like 4 for like shelves, quote unquote shelves, to make. So it ended up working out pretty dang close to what I had imagined it. But I ended up going a little bit wider, and it honestly kind of looks like frog eyes, like when I look at it after it's done, because what I ended up doing, so I ended up rounding off the corners. Well, so first off, I had to go a little bit wider than the actual black like pipe, and then after that I realized, oh shit, I'm kind of close to the edge on these. Like, I mean, this is 3/4 ply, so I accidentally dropped one of the pieces, so I got a little itty bitty little bit of breakage on one of them. It wasn't a full break, but after these ones, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just go around a little bit further, because it is kind of cutting it just a little bit too close for my liking, just a little bit. And that's when you'll see it kind of looks more like frog eyes a little bit. But I mean, this was a 3-tool project. I mean, literally not complicated at all. I literally used a drill with a drill with a drill bit. Why, I don't know why that word came so close to me, or so hard to me. But literally, I mean, I just used a drill bit just enough so that I could get my jigsaw in there, And then after jigsawed it up, sanded it down. I mean, this was really a super simple project. I'm super happy with how it came out. In the future, I'm looking forward to making more cabinets in the future. See, this is where I give it the frog eyes, where I end up kind of going a little bit further around it. And oh my God. By the way, always got to wear gloves in the shop. Always, literally always wear gloves. No messing around, no BSing, because my jigsaw blade was so hot that it was sticking to the wood and moving up and down. So it was literally, the wood was bouncing like crazy, and I ended up getting a blister in my hand from making so many of these, because my jigsaw, I wasn't going to stop and change blades and keep doing that all the time. And oh man, and then my battery died on my drill, so I had to use, I need to send some of these drill batteries out to Ryobi, because I don't know if it's like the way that my garage is heated and cooled, or if the batteries just died themselves, or what the deal is. But you could see literally my jigsaw died, so I was like, okay, let me see if I can find one. And then I did find my jigsaw blades, but the wood blade, so I was actually using an aluminum blade before that. Maybe the aluminum blade is used to cutting metal, so it's got a higher like heat tolerance or something. Maybe, I have no idea. But oh my God, this is where like the wood, you could see how much the wood's shaking and bouncing around. That's not me. That's the wood literally vibrating and bouncing so bad. And you could see me trying to shift around, trying to move. I'm putting my whole weight on this thing. I mean, it was definitely a lesson in how, because normally I just make one or two things. I don't make four things back to back like this. And so you could see me struggling ever so slightly, just ever so slightly. You can see the the jigsaw. I mean, I'm like cutting with it, like floating in the air sometimes, because the bottom part of the blade is cooler than the top. And oh my God. So definitely learned some lessons on this one, which was fun. And it's kind of crazy to look back and see how much it was moving and how much it was shaking. Ended up breaking the blade. Went and got another one. Thank God these packs come with like 4 or 5 blades of each type, and sanded everything up. It was actually one of my favorite things to do is sand, which I know is stupid. And I'm sure I'm sure in the future when I get there's a tool that they sell that basically you can put it at a certain angle, put certain drill bits, and it just bevels everything to the exact bit, and you just get to go around and bada bing, bada boom. But part of me really enjoys sanding, making it, giving my own little touch to it. And then after that's done, I go and I hand sand it myself. But I just could not do the last piece. I ended up doing the last piece last night. So I cut 4 platforms, or like 4, bookshelves. And then after that, I was like, what can I do to kind of just, finish this up? Because I was using just like big big sheets of cardboard to keep the books together. It looked really stupid. And so I was like, you know what? I have all of these tree trunks, like even though they're little baby tree trunks, but like all these trees that I chopped down that were on my property. And so you know what? I'm going to recycle these bad boys. So the next step was getting all of the bark off of these little mini tree trunks, little tree stump things, because I was like, you know what? This is going to look kind of cute, I think. I mean, not like cute, like whatever. But I love recycling wood. This plywood sheet is a brand new plywood sheet, but all of the other wood in my garage pretty much is recycled from projects I do around the house, projects I did on my car, projects for my rabbit, whatever the case is. All this wood comes from something. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go with this. These are actually pretty solid. They're solid, they're made out of wood. But I mean, this tree, whatever type of tree this thing was, this was hard as a mother. I mean, these are solid. I ended up needing to drill, pre-drill holes that go almost all the way through and granted, so, yes, I am cutting through the middle. So, the middle is going to be the densest, hardest part of the tree, right? Duh. But I also, I'm using like 5-inch wood specific hex drill bits. I mean, these things are like demon mode, like drill bits, and it still was brutal to get through them. And I ended up not being so my drill bit or my drill battery I need to recharge during like 2 or 3 like clips ago in this, so that really didn't get like a full charge, and so I didn't really have the strength to drill like to really go at it all the way through, just because again, like the battery didn't really get a whole lot of time to charge. And so you'll see I end up going up and down with this drill bit a little bit to try to really like force this thing through, because I'm not working with a whole lot of battery power over here. But it ended up in my head, it maybe it doesn't look like good as according to other like professional woodworkers. This is so I'm trying to think of a good what would a fancy person say? Oh, this is so amateur. Oh, I do better work than this. I mean, yeah, it is an amateur. I mean, what are you talking here? I just cranked this project out. I mean, this thing took try to think, between all the cutting, sanding, all of the everything going on, I think it probably took me about 2.5 hours, something like that, to crank this all out. And then obviously the book, the books, I didn't want to just have them up against the tree. So I just added some, I think this is like 1/2-inch ply. It's not full inch. And you can see I'm trying to save battery power. So I ended up just literally drilling these holes by hand and then screwed them in by hand. Again, thank God it's 1/2-inch ply and not 3/4 ply, because that would have made life a little bit tougher. You can see it's not even like that hot out. I think it was like 70, 75 degrees at the absolute most, and I am sweating like a motherfucker. I mean, this was definitely a work put into this project, that's for sure. But I'm real happy with how it came out. So here we are up top. I showered, got all the the wood dust off of me, had everything installed. I end up taking everything off because I'm like, wait a second, why am I chopping this, or why am I screwing this in when I've still got 2 more that I need to screw underneath? So screw these bad boys in underneath, then put the top back on, screw the ones on top. But I mean, I'm so happy with how this came out. In my head, I was like, this is an easy as hell project. This is not difficult whatsoever. And it was not difficult. It worked out exactly how I wanted it to work out. I mean, yeah, whatever aesthetic wise, you can think, have whatever opinions of the aesthetic of it. For me personally, again, kind of like what the theme song said in the beginning, this is just recycled work. This is just using everything I got in the house. This is right up my alley. I'm not complaining about anything like this. And it gave some structure to this whole thing. It was really quite frustrating putting my books in here and having my books get not like ruined. They didn't get ruined, but having my books get a little messed up because of the little slats inside of this like plastic thing. And the books are pretty freaking heavy, man. I mean, like I got a lot of hardcover stuff. I got some soft covers. I got a good amount of soft covers. But just seeing like the plastic start to bow, even just from like the books and stuff, I was like, man, this is just, I don't like this. I just don't like this. So it was just a perfect little project, all worked out. And you could see, so I eventually made the 4 shelves of book. I've got my tiny little reading nook over here. I have this like it was my grandma's, one of my grandma's old chairs, and it's got a nice little reclining feature in there. So put it in between my two bookshelves. Got my nice little recline. Put everything up in there, and overall. A really good little project. And in the future, I don't think I mean, maybe I'll recycle these if I make a thinner shelf. Because these kind of, what I could probably do is cut the insides, cut the frog eyes off and square these pieces out and then just use this for the new bookshelf, and then essentially do what I did with the shelf in the video I made before about the shelf in the dehumidifier shelf in the basement. I did a crafting with Luke, maybe it's like 2 weeks ago now, something like that. But I did a crafting with Luke where I made a shelf for the dehumidifier, and it's super simple where you're just putting the wood on top of either 4x4s or 2x4s that you have on the side. Maybe I would get some braces and put the braces underneath, maybe something like that. But I could use those to recycle. And of course, I'm like, oh, let me just do all this stuff off camera. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's right. Duh, I should move the camera. But I didn't get a chance to, in this one yet, finish out the support, the corner supports for those. So I end up just using books and some cardboard. But you see what I mean? I literally just have a piece of cardboard that goes between the two sections, slide it in there, and have the books in there. But yeah, I got the hard shelf side on the one side, got the soft shell side on the one side. You already know, got to do my best to try to organize this stuff by height, even though it doesn't exactly work out. But yeah, that's the the overall project. Came out real well. Kind of had to stall a little bit. This video probably could have ended 2 minutes earlier or something like that. But hey, whatever. Thanks for watching. Smoke grass, eat ass, be excellent to each other. Subscribe. I will see you in the next video.
Like the vid, leave a word, drop a comment, get absurd. Subscribe if you had some fun. We drop bangers one by one. Check the description down below for all the links you need to know. Thanks for watching. You're the best. Now go